Hello, Adab, Namaste. Today we are here to meet the founders of iSLATE, and they have developed some very innovative technology wherein, with the help of digital technology, we can create a studio setup without the need of cameras. In fact, this setup is going to be managed digitally without the need of human interference. So, we are going to give Vishal and Abhishek a break today. They are the people who've been behind the camera for most of our episodes. We are going to give them a break and we are going to make use of this technology. So, let's meet the founders. Hi Prashant and hi Rahul. How are you guys?
Hello, ma'am. Good. How are you, ma'am?
So, I have given Vishal and Abhishek a break today. Please explain how are we going to go forward with the episode.
Okay, so let me tell you, ma'am. So there are multiple, hardwares that are involved in one particular setup. So when you can, you can see the lights, right, and you can see the digital board, and also I think that you cannot see that particular camera, which is there in front of us, but I am amazed to tell you that I'm operating it from this particular remote.
Amazing.
Right. So I don't need anybody. Let's say I'm a creator, I'm a teacher, and let's say, anybody who loves to record my videos, right? So in that case, I don't want any particular employee to be working for me. I have to invest one time, which is, which will cost you lesser than a DSLR camera,
Okay.
right? We have certain equipments that will supply to you, making your work go very easy during this particular digital era. There, what the setup comes in person's mind, and that is when they requires us.
So, I think this setup is very amazing for somebody who wants to do a podcast,
Right.
create a studio setup in their home, or
Right.
somebody who wants to create content related to dancing or even acting, and then, like you said, teachers also they can
Right.
create their own classes
Correct.
without the help of a camera person.
Correct.
Exactly. So it's a one-stop solution for each and every educator who wants to go online or offline. Right? So we come with a long range of products, which is basically a digital board, which is an interactive flat panel. Then we also come with ETZ cameras, right, which helps you to record and go live directly, right?
Okay.
Right. And then in terms of educators and creators, right? So we provide studio solutions as well, wherein we provide soundproofing solutions, right? Which is kind of easy for them to kind of, without any disturbance, right? They can record the sessions, right? And then obviously it comes without a manpower. You have a remote which controls each and everything, right?
Right,
It
as
just
he should.
functions 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You can zoom in, zoom out, and kind of track each and everything. So that's the solution we are providing at the moment. And yes, so we didn't speak about the brand, right? So it's iSLATE.
So this is very interesting. Mostly we've seen that a lot of technology is based in China. Is this also from China?
To be very specific, no. Actually, we know the products that came from China, and the durability of the Chinese product. It can go longer. It may you can
Not even last a day.
last a day. So when I say in Hindi, China ka mal chand tak nahi to sham tak.
Correct.
This is what
This is something which is very popular about Chinese.
right. So this is where Japan comes into existence. So when I say about Japan, Sony, LG, these brands are developed and
Right.
designed in Japan. So today everybody knows about these brands, right? So brand comes with quality. This is what our believing is. So we are not at all dependent on China. And to be very specific, in future also, we are not going to introduce any product from China.
That's very interesting. So I want to understand a little brief history of this company itself. When was it founded and how did you all four come together?
Well, to be honest, very honest, this company, as in this brand, iSLATE, has been in the market for the last 8 to 9 years. Right? They went into a different leg of technology. This is a different leg that we have.
So what were you doing then?
So we were into kind of, tablets and, very small equipments.
Okay.
So kind of exploring the market, and the needs, the demands, of the market. We've kind of, moved on to, kind of get into a new line of business, which is into interactive fact panels. And iSLATE is definitely a very old brand, but in this line of business new. But then, the trust has to be there in the market because this brand is into existence since a couple of years.
Right.
And we kind of deal with high tech, high technologies, right? When it comes to, the kind of, comparisons or kind of, the configurations that we kind of provide to the market, right? At a very cost effective price. So that's very, very important, right? Providing the best quality in a very effective price. So that's kind of something that we do. And that's something kind of we want to do in the market at the moment, right? It's not just about a hardware, right? It's kind of a complete solution, right? We kind of provide e-learning contents as well. And we actually want to bring a revolution into the education market, right? It's very difficult for you to kind of, educate a person at times, right? When it comes to small people, small, children to maybe someone who's kind of, preparing for some exams, right? Some entrance exams. So this technology, kind of, is very, very interactive. It helps people to understand things better through our softwares and hardwares, right? And this is not limited to just education, but yes, we are also into corporates and we want to kind of expand that as well. So currently we have started with education, leg, but then the plan is, to very soon move into the corporate department as well.
So when talking about education, where all is it being used and how is it being used?
Oh, well, you name any, big institutions and we are there. Any institutions.
Like?
So if you, let me add on to your words,
sure.
right? So if you name any particular corporate, be it Accenture, Wipro, any brand, we are there, right? Name any particular school, be it DPS, be it, Patna Central School, be it KV, we are there.
So how are these being utilized in schools?
Okay, so in schools, let's say what I have told you earlier in the particular interview, at the age of 4, a student has, children has started using the screens, right? So now when I'll go back to my school and I'll see a particular, glass or a particular, slate put in there and a chalk is being used, I am not that much interested to see that particular, writing or maybe the content, whatever the teacher has delivered. Now I got familiar to a particular screen and I love to see screens, right? This is how after COVID things have changed.
Okay.
Right. This is where now you can see nowadays, you can see some results are out right recent days. You can also see one thing, right? Students have delivered the results that they could not have delivered, they may not have delivered few years back. And the reason behind it is the usage of the screen, because many of the contents are there. Right. So now I am being a teacher, I want my student to gauge everything what I'm writing here, right? And whatever I'm delivering here. So I have 3D animations there, right? Now I have the contents there, whatever my student is willing to gauge. This is how schools, coachings, and the corporates are getting, impacted because of these particular solutions.
I'll just add to it. He's being very detailing to it, right? For our viewers, बहुत ही simple भाषा में बोलता हूँ, हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. हमारा बच्चा जो है, मेरे घर में बच्चा है, ठीक है? Out of 24 hours, वो 6 घंटे से 8 घंटे सोता है, 4 घंटे स्कूल जाता है. The remaining hours, that is around 14 hours. My child is equipped with technology. घर में फोन है, घर में टैब है, घर में स्मार्ट टीवी है, स्कूल में चौक और बोर्ड है. How will that person or how will that child interact? Right. So this kind of technology kind of helps the students to kind of be in the same environment, adapt things. COVID, when COVID struck us, right, everything was online. My child was in, I think, pre-primary at that point of time. She learned how to kind of standards through online, right? डांस करना सीखा, सिंगिंग सीखा, सब कुछ सीखा, ऑनलाइन से सीखा. सो ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म इज अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बट देन इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप कैसे उसको इंटरेक्ट कराते हो. एवरी चाइल्ड हैज डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग थिंग्स.
Right.
कुछ वर्बली समझते हैं, कुछ रिटन समझते हैं, कुछ देख के समझते हैं. इसमें वो सारे फीचर.
Okay.
आप लिख के भी सीख सकते हो, आप देख के भी सीख सकते हो, आप सुन के भी सीख सकते हो. सो वर्बल, रिटन एंड राइटिंग. So
Okay.
this is a very interactive way of kind of teaching students, and it is very very essential with the kind of students we have in the market at the moment, and with the kind of technology they are kind of surrounded with.
Okay. I have one question.
Yeah.
This is one problem that a lot of us might have faced as students, that when a lecture is going on and the teacher is writing on the board, and am I supposed to listen to the teacher or jot down everything that the teacher has written on the board, or am I supposed to understand what she's saying and then write that down? So do we have a solution for that?
Okay, so let me tell you, the student is not, student may not require that particular thing to note it down on any of the register or anything. Teacher has written everything. It will get emailed to every student available in the class.
Amazing.
So there's a scanner inbuilt in the system, right, in the panel, right? So at the now, if these schools are using ERPs, right, so they kind of intimate the parents कि क्या आज क्लास हुआ था, क्या हुआ.
Right.
They just have to put that scanner there, right? And the parent, can just kind of
Access it.
use it. और जितना ही पढ़ा है ना पैनल पे, जितना भी ये लिखा हुआ है, everything will be downloaded there. So that's a revision, and that's for your future reference as well.
Right.
And I want to add a few points onto it. For example, I'm a very good professor of a school, right? Now, everything is recorded. I may not have to teach them again. I just have to ask them to go back to that particular lecture, see that thing. If you have any query, do reach out to me.
Back.
So this is how the education sector is getting transformed.
Right.
And when I'll say you one point about corporate, so in corporates, if you remember, like even I remember, like I was in 2008 when I joined, Flipkart. So what I saw is the projector was there, particular animations were running out there, right?
Yeah.
But the trainer was not having any opportunity to, detail that particular thing.
Right.
He was just verbally saying everything, but he could have pointed on that particular, let's say, A part, but I'm understanding B part. This is where the training goes wrong.
You're right.
And the throughput comes out to be on a lower side. Training throughput comes out to be maybe 80%, 70% was because of the failure of the annotations which were not there in the corporate sectors. This is where we are providing solutions.
Fantastic. So, video you've showed us how it happens. Audio is also one very important aspect of it. How do you control all the noise? How do you control, because when we're shooting at home, of course, somebody would be ringing the bell, somebody would be coming in, there would be construction work going around somewhere. And like just now, there's a bell also beeping. Mobile notifications are also beeping. How do we control that?
So basically, in terms of, schools, if you talk about, right? So we have 3 solutions: online, offline, and hybrid. So online is very, very simple, wherein you have an educator, right, who wants to record the sessions and kind of put it in the market.
Right.
The other is, offline, wherein, he just wants to use the board. He has a classroom filled with students and he wants to kind of teach them. The third is hybrid. So hybrid comes into picture when you want to go online and offline together, right? So in hybrid, situations, what we kind of do is, so we have a mic available, right, which is 100% noise cancellation.
Okay.
Right. So even if there's a kind of a roadshow happening, right, nearby, you'll not be able to listen to anything,
Right.
because the mic is on, right?
Oh.
Secondly, now if you have the mic on, how can you apply, or how can you kind of conduct a hybrid training session.
Hmm.
So that mic is kind of connected with 2 speakers,
Okay.
right? So whatever you say in the mic is getting recorded.
Mhm.
Plus the output is going out to the students that are saying outside.
All right.
Right. So it's a hybrid classroom session.
Mhm.
So wherein the students that are physically available, they're able to understand and kind of listen to everything that he's saying, same voice, live. The session is being recorded, and you have an option to kind of go live on YouTube as well.
Oh,
The same solution.
interesting.
Yeah. At the same time, without
Okay.
any extra, kind of load of work.
So I want to understand the technology. How does it work? We've got one camera here. How
Right.
are we doing it?
So this particular one camera has a wide angle of 178 degrees in
Mhm.
178 degrees. So it is recording us at 178 degrees.
Okay.
Right? You can see it is not more than 4 feet where the camera is installed,
Right.
right? But still you can see the wideness.
Hmm.
So this is what the feature is, number one. Number two, when I say about the zoom in feature, it is 12x optical zoom. When I say optical zoom, it is based on based upon the lenses adjustment. So it is done
Okay.
automatically by the camera.
Okay.
16x is the digital zoom.
Mhm.
So if I will accumulate it, it is 28x zoom. So let me tell you one thing. If I'll zoom in, you cannot you cannot differentiate that you are zooming in, right?
Oh.
This is
Right.
how the camera is developed
Hmm.
and the
Interesting.
digital board is developed.
Interesting.
And when I say about recording, if you do not have lights, there is nothing that camera can do or the digital board can do.
Right.
So this is where the specification of our installation person comes out to be. He's not only a drill person, he is one of the professional working for us and will make sure that you are satisfied until unless we will not take any money from you. This is what we
Right.
commit to the teachers or the institution.
So what's the cost of setting this up?
So it is variable. It will go from 2 lakhs to 4.5 to 5 lakhs, depending upon the size, depending upon the quality, depending upon the product that you will choose for.
Okay. Now, since this is something which is expensive, going by the market rate, how much did you invest in the company when you started in?
Okay, so when we have started in, this is 1 CR what we have invested, right? till
All
now.
right.
And the 1 CR is what we have rotated till now. Both
So
are equivalent.
with this technology, you've been working since May, right?
Okay, so let me give you clarity on this. I have to clarify this. So PSRA IT Solutions Private Limited is one entity.
Okay.
iSLATE is the another entity. These are two different entities. iSLATE, as he has explained, is 6 to 7 years old company.
Hmm.
PSRA is appointed as the national distributor recently by iSLATE.
Okay.
So whenever you are buying anything from India for the brand named iSLATE, you are purchasing it from PSRA IT Solutions.
All right.
This is where in May the appointment was done and everything was cleared out. Right?
So how much business have you done till now?
It's been a very short duration, but I'm not sure if the figures are required, but still, we've done over 1 CR of turnover in the last, 3 weeks.
Wow, this is like phenomenal.
Yeah. And yes, this is actually less than what we expected, but then, we are kind of
Okay.
planning to do better business.
So the reason being, let me tell you the actual turnover that we have done is 1 crore 7 lakh as what we have done till now after 21 days of incorporation from PSRA IT Solutions Private
Okay.
Limited. iSLATE have done till now, 60 to 70 CR. Let me tell you the reason behind it. The ticket size was lower at that time.
Hmm.
Now the ticket size has increased, basis the equipments that we are delivering now.
Right.
Right. So we are expecting somewhere around 8 CR in next 2 months
Interesting.
from
But
today.
that's our target.
That's our target. This is what we are expecting. But again, to be on a very specific note, plus minus 10% is what we are prepared for.
All right. So, I can see there's a lot of tech talk happening here. What else can we expect in the future?
Okay. So let me answer this question. So we are planning to launch the 3D wall. You might all have seen that in any of the reels, wherein the animated picture is coming out of the screen. That was built up in Korea, I guess, and Japan also.
Recently being used in the US very often.
Right.
Especially outside the street, as where you see the venom coming out of the building.
Okay.
So it's a 3D.
All right.
wall. Yeah.
Right.
That's something that you're planning on.
So where is it going to be used?
Well, it's gonna be used for entertainment. To be very honest, right? Entertainment in terms of you can talk about sports as well as movies. So that's the main kind of leg of this kind of equipment. Since we have already planned to move into the corporate market, right? So we want to explore this piece as well. Already exploring. There's a lot of R&D going on. And once we're satisfied, we'll kind of launch it. Yeah.
And one more leg that is missed, I'll add on to it, is for the advertisement companies who are taking charges. Nowadays, you can see on the highways, you can see hoardings are there, right?
Right.
So hopefully that will be reduced, right, when this particular technology will come into India.
Interesting. So all the best to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being our camera person today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.